So I wanted to talk a little bit about presence as well. I mean, this is really the way that we make contact with and confirm the absolute is through the presence of the absolute. And what keeps us from contacting the absolute is the allegiance to the sense of self. That we have a certain fear that if I leave the sense of self, I can't ensure that the body is going to stay alive. So there's a real survival aspect to this too. And this is why we have to go at our own pace. We can't rush, we can't force. I mention ripening regularly, and that's really what it's like. We have to let our practice ripen, our relationship with the absolute ripen. We develop trust. I call it putting trust in the trust bank. When we have experiences that are new and nothing bad happens, we want to put that in the trust bank. I can go there again, nothing bad's going to happen. One step further, who knows? But at least that's safe. So it builds our confidence in that. And that's why doing things also like the Shikantaza practice, where we sit with the unity of body-mind and then inner-outer, which helps break down the body boundary, which is another form of identity. And when that softens, that also takes some getting used to, because we're used to being, this is me, this solidity, and everything in here is reality. Everything in the head is reality. So we're learning to back away from that a little bit and hold a question mark. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what it is. And that's helpful to hold that. If you're someone who's having some difficulty making contact with the love of the absolute, one of the self-inquiry questions can be, what's good about not receiving love? What's good about not opening to the love of the absolute? Because there's something in us that's sending a message saying, I'm not sure this is a good thing. Part of you wants it and part of you doesn't want it. And that's why it's not happening. There's that tug of war between, that tension between these two. So it's really helpful to journal that and really explore as authentically and honestly as you can what's good about avoiding the love of the absolute, about not being open to it, all of that. So it's that commitment to our body as a primary reality and identity. And we hold as part of our viewpoint the idea, if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not invested in the sense of self, then that means death. That means I'm going to die, or I'm going to go insane, or both. I'll go insane, then die. And it's a real concern people carry, a real fear people carry. So you have to be willing to accept these concerns and fears in your experience when they're present. And to know that they're true for virtually everyone. Everybody works through this. So it isn't that you're worse than anyone else. And that's also a common holding we have. I'm the worst one. Everybody else is better than I am in almost every way. And of course, it's not true, even on its face. But we sit with this and we discover that it's just an idea. It's just a concept.